All right, so one of the issues that I have ran into with some of my benchmarking or testing videos is a way to get gameplay and my talking and all of that recorded at the same time, kind of like you would see in like somebody streaming, where you have like a little picture-in-picture setup where you've got your gameplay and all that stuff. So I actually saw like a brief TikTok on somebody doing this, and I was like, wait a second. And I did have to figure it out because it didn't really go into details on how he actually did it. But what we're doing is we have the gaming PC here, we have the laptop up here, camera here, monitor here. We are using an AverMedia capture card to capture gameplay footage going into the laptop. And in the laptop in OBS, what we've done is we have taken our canvas and basically made it to let you double the first number. I'll show you here on screen here in a second, but you double that first number and make your output canvas, basically you double the first number by 1080p, so it's just an ultra wide. Then you set up your video capture on one side and your camera capture on the other side so that it's all one video of both your gameplay, and then you can kind of crop and overlay. But let's show you how this works. All right, so with this, I'm now loading into Slo-Moto while recording my gameplay footage and talking to you guys at the same time. It's just on a double wide output so that I can later go back in and crop it in and make everything better. I did have to run an audio out from the AverMedia capture cards to the speaker so that I could actually hear sounds, because the sound is also be recording by the capture card. I might have to turn it down because you might get some echoing in the mic, but yeah, so we should be able to run around, and if something actually happens, like I don't get ratted, I can just be like, wow, I didn't get ratted, or wow, look at that, I got ratted. It does help that I'm in like the friendliest freaking lobbies that there are, because I haven't played in a long time, and the only like playing that I've really done recently has been on like doing like these test videos. So I'm in like the easiest lobbies. Dead bodies. But so we've recorded gameplay and face stuff all at the same time using OBS. I'm gonna try to show you if I can show you what this looks like with my janky setup here. Cables are kind of at a premium, but so we've got OBS doing a double wide setup, and to do that, you come into File, you go to Settings, and then you go to Video, and you double this number to 3480 for your base camera resolution, and then your output 3840. So that gives you a 32:9 instead of a 16:9 aspect ratio, and that lets you record this double footage like this. So you're basically recording two 1080p footages at the same time. All right, so when we hop into CapCut, what we're seeing here is like here we have my 1080p normal screen. If we come over here, what we've done is just copied this video of the gameplay footage. So it takes up half of the screen here because it's showing one 1080p here and one 1080p here. So we're going to want to take our top layer and make our top layer more of our like face cam kind of video. So we're going to crop that down wherever crop. All right, so we're going to crop this to just like some face cam action. Confirm. Look at that guy. And then we'll take our gameplay footage, kind of set that corner there, drag this, kind of fool around with it a little bit. But you want to set your gameplay footage to where it's 1080p on this side. And then we can take our top layer, kind of move this, And then we have
out from the AverMedia capture cards to the speaker so I can actually hear sounds, because the sound is also be recording by the capture card.
So now we have our gameplay footage also playing while we're having our talking head at the same time. Now we need to maybe just turn this volume down on at least one of these.
Turn it down because you might get some
echoing. You're going to have double audio
mic.
later.
But
we've got
so we should be able to
with talking head
run around, and if something actually happens, like I don't get ratted, I can just be like.
But there we have it. That's how we can kind of get 1080p, good looking picture. That's a great face that I'm making right there. And it's just that simple. So the nice thing is also, if you're doing this and you're making edits to it, you hit Control and you click on this, and it'll tie these two together so that if you are going to make cuts, you can cut out anything and it cuts it as a pair. So when you go to do a split clip, it splits both of them, and you can edit out whatever it is that you want to edit out. One side note I wanted to put in while I was editing this video is that, so like I've got this space here, this like cropped section that is just kind of filler, and I'm not really talking or anything, so I want to edit that out and just have like these kind of spaces. I did notice that when I delete these, it won't move this little bit all the way back up. So if I go to hit this and I hit delete, that little clip is all the way back here. So I do have to come back up here and drag this back up to where it was supposed to be in the timeline. So that I was like, what happened to my other footage? And I ended up scrolling down and it was all the way down here. And I was like, well, that's weird. But I do want to add that in. So when you're editing back in with your little picture-in-picture, you're going to run into that scenario where you're getting this, the little bit left over or whatever part that you're saving is going to be all the way like at the end of your timeline.